looks like I'm live for the first time on Restream. I'm going to introduce my special guest. Her name is AC3, and there she is. AC3, thank you so much for literally spending the better part of 2 hours on board. I'm going to have you, Captain Kit Kat. I'm going to go press live now on Abstract. Yes?
Yep, we're going to be trying. This is an experiment.
This is an
But a
experiment.
good one. It's so much fun.
Okay. I am going to share this tab. This is the first time I'm going live on Abstract. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to go live.
Not that button. You want to view your stream.
Oh, I want to view my stream. Wow. Yep. Okay, so I'm literally learning from the queen of angel partnerships herself, AC.
You want to view your stream.
Oh, I want to view my stream. Wow. Yep. Okay, so I'm literally learning from the queen. Okay.
No, you can. You want to view your stream. You
just turn the view my stream. Oh, wow. Yep. This is my, okay, so I'm literally learning from the queen. Okay.
And then now you can view your stream. You just turn the
view my stream. Okay. Oh, wow. Yep. So this is my, okay, so I'm literally learning from the queen. Okay.
It's on the bottom. Now you can view your stream. You just turn the
view my stream. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Right.
So this is my, okay, so I'm literally learning back into from Restream Queen. Okay.
And then now you can view your stream.
Where's a just turn the view my stream. Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can turn the volume all the way down so that there's
this is my, so I'm literally learning back into from Restream Queen. So I've turned the volume down now on the Abstract.
Yep. Now it's just you and me.
Now it's, oh, wow. Okay. I'm learning as we go. You hear that, Captain Kit Kat? We're learning as we go. I'm going to do a small shout out for you with my avatar, who's going to be a guest. And thank you for showing me how to do this. So this is JennMoonStar. You met her a little bit earlier. And she's going to do a quick shout out to you. Thank you so much again, AC3, for getting me all set up. So those of you who haven't yet, make sure you're following her everywhere, AC3 NFT. So I'm going to do a quick shout out with JennMoonStar. Hey, JennMoonStar, can you say a big thank you to AC3 NFT for me? AC has been amazing onboarding us into the Abstract Angels ecosystem, and this is our first stream.
Oh, absolutely. Huge thanks to AC3 NFT for such an incredible introduction into the Abstract Angels ecosystem. So excited for this journey.
Wow. This is amazing.
That was so good. She even has the pauses down so well.
She does, right? But I'm going to make sure she's spelling it right. So the subtitles are wrong, JennMoonStar. It should be ACTHREE NFT.
Those subtitle quirks. It's actually ACTHREENFT. Sorry about that.
Awesome. So we wanted to make sure we get that right. And now I'm actually going to share the beautiful socials of Marianne. I mean, sorry, not Marianne. I have Marianne's post on onboarding to Abstract that he reposted, but I'm going to share that right now. And I'm going to make sure that I'm sharing this tab instead. So this was AC3 posted a guide from zero to hero. And then if you go to AC3, and that's the lovely AC3 right here. So make sure you're following her on Twitter, X, we should call it X, and on Instagram and just everywhere. She's been so instrumental. This is like the first time I've been able to log into my abstract. I'm going to now share again this tab. I don't even know how I have 3 followers because this is the first time I logged in. But literally, if you go over to my 3 followers and click there, okay. Well, actually, you can just look for her right here on.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yes, please interrupt me.
Super easy to do this too. You notice in the comments that I, sent you some emojis.
Oh, yes.
If you can click on my name, and that will send you to my profile as well.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, they're the cutest emojis ever.
Love the pudgy emojis.
I love that. So, guys, make sure you are following the lovely ACT3 on this platform. That is the cutest little bear ever. So make sure you're following her. She is already ascending the ranks of angelhood. This is amazing. And go ahead, and I'm going to be sending her tips after this because that's why here we have that. So make sure you're following her on Abstract, and then also on her Twitter. I mean, on her X. I'm so happy that she was able to onboard me into this. And now I'm going to go back and talk to you directly. I can't believe we were. Oh, let me make sure we're halvesies here. You literally showed me how to do. Okay, let's set up and show off our penguin pride. I'm wearing my Asia Pudgy penguins. I'm one of the first Asian investors into Pudgy.
That's so good. It's such a good line too. Like the whole design, it's just the skin of the penguin. It just makes it impact so much greater. I was very privileged to get some of this penguin merch because Abstract Angels, when we first started out, we got this wonderful care package. I've got, my little plushie. We got a couple other little, collectibles that came with that. But this is what I love to wear. It's the Pax and Polly shirt, and it's kind of fun because you get to see that a little bit when I stream. Sometimes you just that's one of the reasons why I love wearing the merch, is because you kind of share that with your audience while being live.
I switched our windows just now. You showed me how, because I realized my logo, the Nishi Capital Family Office one, was showing up on your white wall. You have been so amazing about onboarding me, and one of the things I really love about meeting you and GMing to a new friend is that we were able to make the space-time continuum work. You were able to. I'm serious. I was really sad. Oh, and this is one of my favorite. I'm wearing. I love to wear my NFTs. So I'm wearing one of my NFTs. Yes, and then I'm wearing. I'm all about the hearts. As you guys can see, I'm I love the hearts. I'm all about the love. I'm wearing one of my favorite green pieces. I know as an abstract angel, that is one of our colors. And later on, I'm going to send you some of my lifesavers, which is this is a vegan cognac jelly with vitamin C.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, those are so good.
Yeah, they're really good. And then there's vegan collagen in it, and vegan boosters and everything. Is from Korea, and it's an American product actually. It's from Everydays. And then I'm going to be doing. Sorry, I actually do. My green Stanley Cup is washing right now, but I'm going to be doing some giveaways with ACT in the future. So that will include, not this giant here. Hello, you. You want a little bit of a chicken treat? Yeah. Okay. You have a little chicken pellet. You can't have penguin. You can have this. So Captain Kit. There you go. There you go. And then he's going to be happily munching away. So he says that we can, and these are some of my pudgies that they gave me as a welcome package to be one of the first Asia princesses in Asia. I'm an Asian American, by the way. So talking to UAC has been a homecoming for me because home is where the heart is, and I literally just got back to Asia a couple of weeks ago from 5 cities in the U.S. So this one I really love because if I could vote for someone, I'd be voting for Pudgy. And this one I really like too because wearing a little polar bear cap. And,
Yeah. I love those traits.
This one kind of looks like Luca a little bit.
It does with the band.
With a band.
Yeah.
And I have like these little guys. They gave me the giant care package. I also made sure I got some for my friends and their kids. And then this was actually really cool before. Oh, sorry. This guy has like a fish on his head and a pirate cap. And then some of the first, because we were introducing them to toy partnerships, and this guy I really liked too because he's like, leopard doesn't change his fur, and he has the polar bear cap on, right? And then this was cool before we had Labubu, and
yes,
so I'm gonna do a giveaway of various Labubu next time we do a stream. We'll activate some of our users, and then this one is already spoken for. Will be really lucky winner who is already we're reserving that for that very VIP princess there, abstract.
We love our VIPs.
Yes, we love our VIPs. So I have them in a different colors of the rainbow, and then so we'll be doing that. I'm actually really excited to also hopefully interview you on my podcast. It's called Billionaire Playbook Podcast, about all the little habits we make to get ourselves into that billionaire mindset.
Oh, that's good.
It's good, right? And
yeah.
I one of the reasons also why I felt like I should be part of the abstract ecosystem. Luke actually made a joke with me. He was like, "Why weren't you wearing your penguin?" But that was actually before, because I didn't have my T-shirt in time. But I'm wearing my Azuki there, and then this is made the magazine green because like Chinese New Year edition for that. And then I can find. You're the first one I'm showing this to live.
Wow.
But this is me on the piano. I'll be playing piano later when it's not an ungodly hour. It's almost 1 a.m. in Hong Kong right now, where I currently am. And this is talking about Web3, AI, and how all of us, especially as women, we really need to lean in. I'm actually sitting in my closet right now. I will be streaming in a nice location, but and then this is a chi pao, but it's my favorite mantra is aim for the stars, but ensure you can still land safely on the moon.
So yeah, definitely. That's beautiful.
So I want to turn the questions now onto you. I was going to ask you, what made you decide to take the leap into Web3? Because I know you must be early amongst your community and your chosen family to go do that. So
definitely. Yeah, we can do a little bit of that. I actually onboarded my brother into Web3 before I joined. I prodigiously read. Whatever, if it catches my attention, I gotta chase those dopamine highs. And so I loved the concept of protecting art through smart contracts. And so my main interest was always art. The idea that an artist can take ownership of the entity that is their art, not just, I created this and then hand it off to someone else who can do whatever. And we've seen so many negative things happen to art because that concept of ownership is in so many ways under attack. So like possession is a little different than ownership, and it can get very convoluted. So the facets of being able to tie an art piece back to the person who created it, provenance is really essential. right now we have so many more artists than have ever been in the world,
Yeah.
right? So how do you find them? How do you connect to them? And I feel like blockchain answers for that. Um, and I started talking to my brother about all these really amazing, articles that I would read. And he was very deep into stock market and got it into some really good trades. And so he was interested. So started talking to him about that. And I said, you really should get into this. People are like you, they're moving into this as a field, another avenue to generate similar movements. And he's like, okay, I will. And he's into it less than 2 weeks. And he calls me up and says, I don't know why you're not in here. This is something that I can see you doing amazing with. Very supportive, just
You
saying,
brought him in before you were born. That's amazing, actually.
I onboarded him. I like to say I onboarded him and then he onboarded me.
Wow.
But it was a fascinating way to start this because I believe I mentioned to you I have social anxiety. So diving into this was helpful in so many ways because there's that anonymity and distance that I could start to work and develop and approach people when I wanted to and in the way I wanted to. Um, and it was kind of it felt like going over a waterfall. I learned so much and made so many mistakes and said goodbye to so much money in those first few months, because that was also when we started seeing the downtrend of the market and everything. And so I did not know how to look at charts. I didn't even. It was very confusing and very stressful to even just look at them because it just indicated that severe gap. Over time, though, the people that I have been very blessed to be introduced to and kind of just accidentally meet, develop a network with, they've really, it feels like we've kind of grown together in a few facets. So they pulled me along in so many different ways. And then to be able to add that mind share that whatever I bring, I have a background in small business and management, some levels of purchasing, and of course customer service. So a lot of things overlapped into community and how those directives are very important in Web3. So I started working with some projects first as a mod, and then 2 weeks later they were like, oh, we need a community manager. I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but sure, we can try it. And from there I was like, you know what, I love this. I love being able to meet people and answer those questions and open this up to them, being the point of connection to their success. That was mind-blowing to me. So I said it was a waterfall because it really did feel like that in the levels of how scary it can be. And also though, how thrilling though. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm terribly afraid of heights. I'm not saying I want to go over a waterfall, but I might.
I love how you actually took that leap. And then I feel like this is kind of a confessional. Oh wow, we have already 11 people, even though I no, that is amazing. Should we share it into our Abstract Angels community that I'm doing my inaugural space with you? I think that is actually amazing. I'm gonna message them to jump on in. I don't even know how to do that. Angel HQ. I'll just say, hi everyone, doing a space now. My first with AC. So we have such a supportive community in there. I'm going to say jump in. I think that is one of the things that just really touched me about your story, which is that, I mean, okay, so small confessional. I also have social anxiety. I've had it from a young age. I'm actually, I haven't told a lot of people this, I'm actually an introvert, but I can masquerade as an extrovert if needed.
Yeah.
And one of the things that really struck me about you is that you went from having this social anxiety to really being such a connector, such a, you embody what I think really is so beautiful about abstract is communities and creatorship as an ecosystem in and of yourself. I mean, this is like me hearing you just now, so authentic about how you got into this. I mean, you can't fake that authenticity. I was like, that's like also why like I love your I know your name. I'm not gonna dox you, but I love that like my friends with uh your kind of personality. We like to bring our A game, but we're not you and I were talking about a personality who's like polarizing, kind of like a male, right? And you and I are more. The reason why I like abstract angels is like we bring our A game, but we're not the A plus personalities that are like we're stomping everyone to get ahead. We are type
Right.
like I kind of like I'm an A minus personality. So like I want to be type A, but with myself. Sounds like you are too. And then I kind of fell into piano because one of the things I played when I was little, and my parents figured out I was a prodigy, is before the age of 2, they took me to Disney World. I heard It's a Small World, and I came back and played it on the piano.
Just once?
Yeah, and then I realized I had perfect pitch. Maybe I'll share some piano videos or other things with you. I might share that with you guys. But one thing that really spoke to me about what you and I were discussing earlier about how Web 2 plus Web 3 principles were really in Web 5 and beyond, and it takes people like you and me to really go and make that leap. And so I accidentally became an actress and a model at a young age because since I had that social anxiety and I was getting scouted all the time, my mother thought like it's really good to get her maybe in front of the camera. She'll be more comfortable. And then I started like to do like the high school musicals. I was playing piano with orchestras when starting at age 11. Did New England Conservatory for my music degree. Then I gave it up when I got into Brown for my undergrad. And I remember feeling like, oh no, like what have I done? Because I really wanted to come back to that part of myself. And then during the pandemic, I did. I used my piano as I call it my weapon of choice. I raised more than 8 million using my piano for different causes. I did send you some videos, and we can cue it up more in the future. But when I see people use their powers of creatorship, and for you, it's also curation and community and all that for good, that's what really amplifies and makes it so beautiful. I'm going to share, because you actually remind me of, I told you I wear my NFTs. I love your glasses. I watch your streams before. Of the one of my first little pudgies, which is this one.
Yes. Oh, the band ones.
The
Yes,
band one, right? So I'm gonna share this screen. So this is a picture of my little guy or girl, and where I think she's a she. But I also got another one that's quite girly and is actually, I think this is also prescient. Um, she is holding uh, a pink pudgy and wearing a pink bow, and you can see her too, right?
I love Stuffy. Oh my goodness. And that skin is one of my favorites. I can't really explain it why. I just think it's so unique. It's different. It's not what you expect. I
Right?
mean, we see like the clothing and stuff like that, but I feel like that giraffe skin is one of my favorites.
It's so good. I actually had it's in my other room. I had a giraffe. Well, I these like literally these are like my favorite little buddies over here, and I think it's amazing when we have like these digital things to connect us. The
Mhm.
digital. So I'm gonna also see if I can. Well, I'm gonna stop sharing that for a while. But I really want to say like one of the things that really drew me to abstract as well is the idea that we can bring a lot more people into Web3.
Mhm.
And what you
Yep.
said about ownership, like a lot of people confuse, like we see all these. Actually, one of the artists I also supported early on um, had her art plagiarized, and
Oh.
it's so bad when people don't understand. Like, hey, what you just mentioned too, the provenance. The
Mhm.
creatorship is the origin, and then the fact that we can decentralize and disseminate that ownership is exciting. But when people then co-opt that, it's as if someone said, "Oh, we were talking about some person who was a male. We're not going to say his name here, but he was co-opting other people's work for his own. I mean, that would be really horrible. That is actually so cool. Is that a mason jar?
Yeah, honestly, okay. Okay, I'm very clumsy. I'm a very, very clumsy person. I have dropped water bottles on my feet, my toes.
I've done that.
And I don't drop, I don't know why. I don't drop the glass jars, and they're very durable, and I can grab them anywhere. They're available anywhere. I I have maybe it's OCD. I'm not entirely sure. I won't say it's not, but when I can't get things that match, it
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
can't I cannot stand it. It's not exactly very aesthetically pleasing. I don't have the country farmhouse like decorative elements in my home. I am just very happy when it is durable. Um,
A mason jar. Like I remember, like there was a. I mean, I love that we went off that tangent on also rehydrating. Like, I feel
right?
like the world would be at a better place if people remembered to, drink some water. Water everywhere. What are igloos made out of, right? Like, hello, but uh, I'm actually the same way. If it's like really, really like fragile, I ironically won't break it, and then otherwise I'm a klutz. I've like dropped my phone, I've dropped my tablet, I have like sprained almost broken toes from like dropping things everywhere, right?
Crazy.
I almost dropped my
I
cat. No, the cat is here, right? Oh my god,
it's okay. They accept and love us anyway. He's so adorable. Look at his
right? Captain Kit.
pretty.
He's been here he's from Sydney, Australia,
Oh,
and
he's been everywhere.
I actually, what's really funny? I won my other cat that I showed you, Princess Candy Cat. She's in another room right now. But I won her playing poker.
Oh
Like,
my,
like I literally like I was
that I love so
like
much.
that's why I also love your name because my one of my best friends, she's managed like billions of dollars and then probably done close to a trillion in transactions, right? She was an ace at poker. So like
Oh my,
during the pandemic, she got locked down while visiting her family in China. She became like a top 10 poker player in China. Beforehand, she'd done World Poker Series about I think between 3 and 5 times. And so
wow.
when I went with her on like a best friends trip 2 years ago to Sydney, I stayed with her high school best friend who was actually had a pet business and was so and then while we were killing time to meet one of her LPs and co-investors, um, she was like, why don't we teach everyone how to play poker? And I was like, yeah, girls, we need to know how to make the right moves at the poker table. She's like, real traders, they don't leave money on the table. And then at one point I was like, whoa, I like, oh, and then she was like, make a real bet, otherwise don't like, because like there's like I remember at one point there was like $500-600 on the table, and then
Mhm, mhm.
and I remember she was like, you must bet 40% of the pot, or otherwise go big or go home, right? So if you're like, hey,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like $10, and then people be like, what? They'll call your bluff, right? So I was like really laughing. I was like, sorry, I got some water just now. I was like so excited. I was like, so I won about $2,000 right before we had dinner, and then I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. and then our host was like, "Hey, there's this kitten," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's such a cute kitten." And then she was like, "Oh yeah, you have to look at this kitten." And when I was like, "Can I? How much does the kitten cost?" And it was my poker winnings. I totally forgot. I also had to buy a ticket, plane ticket. So the plane ticket was like a quarter of the cost of the cat. So I was like, "Oh man!" But I like literally, I technically won her playing poker. So
I love that.
right.
That's so cute. It's such, you know, I think that being able to take advantage of those moments that are what really we need to fill our lives with. Because look at how many years. I mean, it's not like extensive, but for a cat, look at how much of
Oh
percentage
my
of their
gosh,
life.
MJ is saying what's our cat's name? Oh my god. Okay, so this cat is named Captain Kit Kat. And then my other cat, who's really cute, but I think I left my phone in the other room, so I will just go. My other cat is super cute. Her name is Princess Candy Cat. So like there's like a, and so this guy is like a rag doll, and then she's like a golden lynx point British short hair. And I just noticed the comments. Oh, actually, I should show on stream. This will be good. I'm not getting trolled. Okay, new comments will be straight here. Thanks, MJ. Aw, love, love, love. Oh, okay, MJ's. Oh, this I've never seen. Okay,
Look at that.
sorry. This
You're
is like,
doing it. That's so cute.
bubble like pop, like this is crazy. Okay, so guys, make sure you're following MJ there on X. I think I'll look at her right now. Wait, no, not at
She's
the
amazing too. She's another angel and
angel.
has been working so enormously hard.
Gosh, go MJ. So guys, make sure you're following MJ. How come I cannot click on? Let me see. Hey, follow me here on Abstract, and I'm gonna follow you back. I have like no. This is like literally the first time I've been streaming, and I feel so excited. I'm gonna like stream with you guys around the clock. You guys can also have my avatar do shout out. I'm gonna share her again. I'm gonna have her say hi, MJ. Okay, JennMoonStar, say hi to MJ, and thanks for showing the love of my with my cat, Captain Kit Kat. Okay.
Hey, MJ. Thanks for the love towards Captain Kit Kat, sending all the purring vibes.
Oh, so I'm gonna, yeah, that's my, oops, that was my avatar making a quick appearance. MJ, you got a huge shout out. So everyone has to remember to follow you back. And that's so cute. I got some angel love. Okay, I'm gonna have to like be in everyone else's stream. This is amazing. I find this the community so sticky, and this is so. What we have 27 people watching the stream. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I love that you're having so much fun with this. I can see the level of excitement just going. I love this so much. This is like I was telling you. This is one of the reasons why I just want to see people succeed. Like that's like one of the best things to be able to watch that and
That's
take
my
part in
enabler,
it.
right? Now open
Yeah.
a huge like you opened a huge huge can of worms. Not worms,
In a good way. In a good way.
yeah, like a lot of ice cubes are now flowing out everywhere. I'm gonna be yeah, I'm gonna have to stream with you. Like this is amazing. Like I can actually feel the happy vibes. And then that was one of the things that really struck me about uh the penguins too. Like this
Yes.
like I am my penguin and my penguin is me. It really feels like we're all part of something bigger, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, and I love the I hate saying this. I love the angels. I mean, I don't hate saying this. I love them because they're like you guys feel like you guys have you ever watched Charlie's Angels? I'm sure you've watched Charlie.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? So we're like an awesome band of girls being like, don't, wait, I have to go that way. Sorry.
Here we go.
Yeah, wait. Relax.
That would have been a great snapshot.
No, can someone take a picture of it? Wait, no.
This way.
We'll get it later off the.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I feel like
um, Sorry, this is like so much. I
Thank
also
you.
love how we can like riff like this. Like this is literally the first time I've met you IRL in our teleportation like chamber.
Yeah, time transcendence.
Yes, this is like I know we haven't invented like cloning. I mean we have. I know cloning and time travel are not mainstream yet, but you guys did see my digital twin, and you and I have disrupted the space time continuum so that whenever you guys need someone to be streaming with you at 3 a.m. in Asia, I will be right there with you guys, getting my dopamine fix on abstract. And yeah, I just loaded up my wallet, so I'm going to learn how to tip everyone. And one other thing that I wanted to say is that I fell into NFTs kind of accidentally. So you guys are actually enabling me, and I'm going to be the first pianist on abstract. You heard it here. I was the first pianist on Ethereum and on Bitcoin. And that's actually how I started my Web3 journey started kind of accidentally. I had an IPO a little over 10 years ago in the e-commerce space. So I got our company to over 100 mil revenue and partnerships. We did Visa, MasterCard, everything. Then after the IPO, I started New Chic Capital Family Office, which means new girl. I've been backing female founders and funders and creators and builders like us ever since. And it's hard because you can't, like with streaming and with X space and also with Web3, your reputation is everything. It's like literally there on the blockchain, right? So what actually ended up happening after the IPO of the company is that 2 ICOs later, it became crypto.com. So I'll show you some pictures of me and Luca and then me and Chris later. But Chris was my first, last, and only boss in that traditional sense. And he was really and I realized after that I really needed to pay it forward. And I think I told you I didn't get back into piano. I'm going to actually show you guys some piano until after the pandemic started. And one of the reasons why was because I didn't want to. I didn't want to revisit the anxiety of my past I quit being a pianist when I basically came in. So I won most of the international competitions before age 16. And then there was one competition I went to where a car door was slammed onto my hand. And then my fingers were like sprained or borderline. So I put a popsicle splint on it, and then I
like intentionally, on purpose.
It was an accident. My one of my relatives who was carpooling with us, like, accidentally shut the door on my hand. I'm like, oh my gosh, because I was in the finals of this competition for the piano, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So then, like, I played through the pain, and then I had a splint on my finger. I got through the concerto, and then when they were announcing the results, I was like wanting to cry in the background. I came in second, and it was actually the first time I'd come in second. I was actually really used to getting first. So, and representing US at international competitions and everything. But that was still great. I still ended up getting to play with the orchestra and everything. But in my mind that day, and also it was, someone there said, oh, you probably have to think of a plan A or B, like, and C. Like, you're above average for looks, above average for piano. You might have to, and then that's what got me thinking, oh my gosh. And I made sure I was getting perfect scores on my SATs and everything. And I had this anxiety. You too, right? And then I just and because of the pandemic, because we were all locked down, I played a concert every day.
Wow.
For, oh my gosh, it was crazy. I'm going to share this video with you guys next, but I played every day, and I would upload it to social media, and I'd also put it in a Facebook group called the Quarantine Group in Hong Kong. I became the quarantine pianist because back then they would make you quarantine for like up to 3 months if you were traveling in a hotel. and visiting. And then there were people who were locked down in Europe, US, and different parts of the world. And I got mail from people saying that I'm the reason that they didn't hurt themselves or self-harm while in forced confinement.
It was forced confinement.
It really was. And then this was one of the videos. I've sent a little bit to you, but let me share this tab instead, where it's on my YouTube if you guys ever want to.
Is in venture and private equity as well as beauty and fashion business. She will be accompanying her.
So that was a Miss Hong Kong introducing me, and then I played a. Can you hear the?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. So this I played a little bit of a compilation of the Liszt Hungarian Rhapsody, then Chopin Concerto, then into Moon Represents My Heart, and then because I can't read Chinese, I had the pinyin, and this is my own arrangement. So you can hear the guys hear a little snippet of this. But this concert raised $500,000 for charity. It was called Women Helping Women, and then I just did.
It's so beautiful.
So
Hong Kong. There are many people I must thank. I'd like to thank my family for always believing in me. I'd have to thank my sponsors as well.
So I mean I.
So sorry, I don't think I can hear this sound.
You can't hear it?
I'm so sorry.
I
could hear it before, but something must have happened. I'm so
sorry. Can't hear it, right?
No.
Okay.
Apologies.
No worries. I'm gonna try to. Well, we're actually still live, and then I'll cue it up so you guys can see it more later. But I will show you guys instead this this video, and because there's more talking in it. So I'll share this tab instead. See if you can see this. Can you hear this?
Hi, I'm Jennifer Kang Lo. I'm the founder and chair of New Sheep Capital Family Office and Gen Club DAO. Started New Sheep Capital a little over 10 years ago. I had my first sizable, I had already a few exits by then, but I had a sizable e-commerce exit that eventually became a Web3 company. But one thing I did out of that exit, which was M&A and also IPO, is I decided I had to start my own family office, meaning I wanted to start investing in inspiring and emerging fund managers, as well as directly into the next generation of entrepreneurs like myself. There's so many inspirational people in terms of history and also in terms of what we see in Asia, Hong Kong. Growing up in the US, I think a lot of the people who were my immediate inspiration actually were my family, my parents. They were self-made entrepreneurs. So when I was young, I was a child piano prodigy. One of the things I realized is it's not just that practice makes perfect. You kind of have to aim for what I call, you aim for the stars and then you land safely on the moon. So one of the reasons why I always try to overshoot is to make sure that I can attain those goals. Fashion, beauty, luxury, for me, those are key facets of my identity.
So I wanted to share a little bit of that with you guys because, you know, for me, that was my genesis story. And then shortly after that concert, because I was playing piano literally a different piece every day, people were looking forward to the concerts. They were actually streaming my music into ICU rooms as well.
Wow.
And then one of the guys who actually sold about 30 million NFTs before he passed away, Wolf X Lion. He passed away right after, I think, ETH Miami or Miami NFT Week. and it was in People magazine. I think he was one of the first to die of Delta COVID. But because he was in the ICU for 3 weeks, the moment he was unplugged was when his his life partner and business partner, who actually never met him in real life because we were kept apart by the pandemic, like a Romeo and Juliet style, she said, mint it. So she's actually, I think she was Time Magazine 30 Under 30, and she was featured as, because she had an AI app that kept people checking in on their friends if they were, social isolated, or it was called Be a Looper. So you can make sure that people are not self-harming themselves. So the instant it was unplugged, then she's like, mint it. So then that was the first NFT I ever had. I gave one to her and one to myself. I wouldn't sell it. So it was the first piano transcription on, and someday I'll play it for you guys. But I was also the first pianist on Bitcoin. There's a 2-minute video of me playing Fly Me to the Moon. And
Oh
then
my goodness. On chain?
Yeah, on chain.
Wow.
So, and I know some of you guys might be also here in Asia. I'm always traveling. I'll be in South Africa in speaking at the Johannesburg Web3 and AI conference in October. I'll be in Vegas for Late Fest in October, birthday month. So I'm going to be showing a lot of birthday love. And I mean, I also really want to thank you so much because I feel like you've been giving me a voice. I was really FOMOing really hard in Angel HQ, just watching, you guys all enjoy each other. And then I was just like, oh man, I really want to be part of the action. And putting on jewelry and like curling my eyelashes and putting out
All
for
the fun things.
yeah in my closet, like literally. And I'll be streaming in front of some art next time. But also the other thing is Captain Kit Kat and Princess Candy Cat haven't completely socialized yet because they're
Oh, 'cause-
so I'm keeping them in separate rooms. I was like, oh, I don't want them. Yeah, like but you really like, this has been an amazing. I'm so like I'm so touched that you took so much time out of your day to onboard me into the abstract ecosystem. Show me my wallet was like, help me
of
connect
course.
on. I mean, you're, and I want to ask you actually, and I'm going to turn the tables back onto you. It's really hard, like, everyone says, oh, build in a bear, and then, oh, don't miss out on the bull. Like, what do you do to keep yourself, happy? What are your little moments to keep yourself, perked up? For me, music, being able to have a platform like this. What do you do to, your little pick me uppers when?
Because I have ADHD, and that generally means that I feel like I've failed everything because I try to do everything, and you can't split yourself so many different directions. And I'm in the process of growing and working on so many different things that I feel like I've carried around for a very long time. So finding the little moments has become something that I revolve my day around. I don't always do it very well, but it's not a singular thing. For me, it's very specifically finding and doing those little moments to bring my day that much better. And it is in my power to do that. So for me, that was very important. I've been in a lot of different situations where I didn't have a lot of, I, I'm not going to really get into my background because
Yeah,
it's extremely personal,
yeah, of
and
course.
I don't like to talk about it like publicly. But I've been in some
I
really
want to thank you
restrictive.
right now for your vulnerability. Please keep going, but I really want to thank you not only for your authenticity, your vulnerability, but only share what you're comfortable with sharing.
Yeah, thank you. And this is one of the reasons why I do bring this up, because I feel like there needs to be that understanding that not everyone is as they appear.
Yeah.
And I've had so many times where like I can be on stream, but you don't see that I may have muted because I needed to catch my breath because I was in the middle of an anxiety attack. I've been masking for years. So I'm still in the middle of working on this, and that's okay. And understanding and getting to the point where everything, accepting, it's that acceptance that I'm genuinely never going to attain perfection. Perfection should never be the goal. um, the goal is the goal in very simple terms.
Yeah.
um, and I even made a post about that last night because um, I found something that said this in a similar way, and so I said it in my words. The place between failure and perfection is called done, being done.
Yeah.
That state of mind and completion in that, and that I feel is where my happy moments are, is not doing something that gives me happiness, but being proud of myself or making myself feel better. Elevating myself to myself has kind of made those happiness moments.
I love that.
It
I love that.
changes my day.
I love this so much. I actually saw that, and I wanted to see if there was a reason why you shared that. I'm going to share your Twitter, because like this is such a poignant quote. The place between failure and perfection is called done. Stop aiming for perfection and missing the point of completing your goal. And
I've done that so many times. I mean, my life became about that, because I couldn't bear to have anything out of place. I couldn't stand looking back at something that I had done, and it wasn't about feeling regret. It was about feeling that I had failed because I hadn't done it perfectly, and it was shattering sometimes. And I was not a perfectionist, but I also was. And I had to accept that. I had to really work on that personally, um, because I used a lot of things to explain it away.
do you mind
And
if I
I'm just going to do this or whatever.
sorry, sorry, I realized my logo was on your white wall. Do you mind if I take a quick picture of us and the quote? Because I'm gonna share some highlights of this later. This is amazing
Of course.
because it's so uplifting. Oh, you look so great. And then
She's so
okay, wait,
cute.
1, 2, 3, one more. 1, 2, 3. Very no, because this is such an uplifting quote. I'm going to be sharing little vignettes later in like the short reels. But one of the things that I thought was really important is like a lot of people don't realize, and you and I both were sharing how we both have this like weird OCD perfection complex. And honestly, I
Mhm.
think everyone, because we're in such an ADHD world where
Yeah.
everyone's pursuing that next attention hit. Um,
Hmm.
we're all, how they say everyone is like on the spectrum. I think,
Right.
right? Then there's
Yes.
a whole spectrum of emotion and I'm gonna stop sharing, but everyone, make sure that is amazing. And then also, if you haven't already, make sure you read the guide I just read. It's so comprehensive by Marianne, who's also
It's so good.
lead the angels and spearhead us to into the future. But I'm gonna
And follow Marianne too, by the way. She's usually got a very good feed, like for anything abstract. She's also got an incredible community
yeah.
building business that she's been working on. I've had the privilege of working with her a couple of times. She is very foundational in the actions that she takes. So if they're looking to build on abstract,
Yeah.
she's definitely one that you need in your network.
Oh, absolutely. I think that all of you guys are uh, such legends and such OGs. And also, people don't understand how hard it is actually to be chosen to be an abstract angel. They don't just like hand that out like candy. Like it's like really very, very curated community. I didn't realize like until you guys told me for the last 6 months that I wasn't even approved in. I'm like, oh my goodness, where is the button? Like all this, and then you're like, you guys were all like, walking me through it, you and Dahlia, and then the other angels, and every time, I, even when I wasn't ready to stream yet, because like I have actually had some, I've confided in you guys about some losses I've had, and then and I lost a couple really good friends during the pandemic. And one thing that you just told me about, like sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, and it's because one of the things that I did survive. There have been actually about 3 times in my life I could have died. One time was a car accident. My sternum was broken all the way through. I still have scars in this
Wow.
on my shoulders from like them extracting the little piece of bone back, because I couldn't move for like 8 months. And then my pulmonologist,
So like your sternum.
yeah, like I'm actually gonna show you, and it wasn't an Uber accident because the guy was literally like talking on 8 phones at the same time, and my gosh, my health was so bad, and then like they ended up having to uh, settle, but like this was my sternum. My goodness, it was broken all the way through left and right. This was my MRI, and then I actually did not know that I had a break, because my mother was in a car accident before, and sometimes those fractures don't show up till later. So
Yes.
I was actually in the middle of a phone call with her, and then I screamed like, she's like, ah! And then I actually had to end up WhatsApping. I know you have my another loved one, because I couldn't call through. I was like lost signal, and I messaged them to say, please call. I know you're in Hong Kong right now. Please call me, and I'm putting you on speakerphone. I can't talk. And then that person begged the Uber driver to call the police and get me to a hospital. And one of the reasons why the when the ambulance came, the people were trying to take pictures of me and everything, and I was like, they were gonna cut through my shirt and see what. And then I ended up walking over there at the hospital. They made sure that I wasn't having internal bleeding, and then they were like, you should actually probably go, because if you have some fractures, and you should go get treated by a private doctor, because there's a giant flu epidemic, and this was pre-COVID, but they were like, if you have something messed up and you can't be breathing in and out, and you catch a virus, then you're gonna be in trouble, right? So then I was experiencing a lot of pain the next day, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I went to the hospital. It turned out I was having appendicitis. They took my appendix out. And then afterwards, I was still on all these pain meds. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. It still hurts. And then they're like, your appendicitis wound hurts. I'm like, no. Then they did the CT scan on me, and they found it's like a complete fracture. They sent me to a doctor. He was like, we're gonna keep you on painkillers because you need to keep breathing in and out. And I'm like, hey, and he's like, I'm gonna get you an MRI. So your CT scan shows a complete break. MRI will show, and he was like, that. So this is my MRI. And then I saw the doctor 2 days later, and then he was like, so you're healing up from your, I was like, from my appendicitis surgery, yes. And so, doctor, what do we do about this fracture? And he's like, usually when I'm looking at people like that with this, they're dead. And I'm like, what? And he was like, if it had moved, because the thing is, it's non-displaced. If it had moved even a millimeter, at all, because it was a clean break all the way through, back, front, left, right. He said that I would have had internal bleeding over my heart and lung. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm either the luckiest person or the most unlucky person in the world. Years before that, and then just a reason I kept private, because one of my 3 reasons, for things too, and yours, right? I survived being in a coma, induced coma, and one of the reasons why is I was in that coma is because I had such a bad asthma attack from the pollution here. I had awesome. I was used to the U.S. of A. air. I think there was a lot of pollution blowing over from the Chinese factories during the year 2016, and I was I was on breathing machines, everything. It was like really, really bad. So when you say like sometimes all of us just need to like take a sip of water, take that breath of air, and then one of the things that we have to do as creators and builders and investors in our own future is make sure that
Yep.
people have a voice. I really
Yeah.
hate it when, as women, for example, we are robbed of our voice by men. I'm sorry, not all men, but a lot of men like to mansplain things. And sometimes I'm like, okay, well, I'll say it like this, and they'll be like, wow, you're being the B word. And I'm
Yeah.
like, why would a man saying the same thing? Like, an
Mhm.
old middle-aged Caucasian guy or an older, they would be like, wow, look at that authority and leadership. They wouldn't be saying, right?
Right.
And I mean,
And it's not even unfortunate. It's unnecessary behavior, and it's been perpetuated for hundreds and hundreds and of way too much time, and we're too advanced as a world population
yeah,
for this to continue in the way that it has been. I look at so many professionals that gender does not have to factor into anything that we do. There's a lot of guys, and of course we don't use all guys,
yeah,
because generalities,
yeah,
they hurt women too. But a lot of guys still have the idea that men and women cannot be friends. They can't develop that rapport,
yeah.
and that kind of disturbs me in some ways. And
It's like this
that's a
toxic
completely different
masculinity, right?
topic. But
Yeah,
it's like you can't structure a business relationship with anybody. What attraction level they have doesn't shouldn't factor into that.
no,
Working relationships are kind of, at this point, regardless of where you are in the world, working relationships are going to affect women too. There's very few places in the world where women don't have to try to contribute to the home, regardless of the matriarchal, patriarchal structure. Um, and there's a lot of times where they're very limited. Women are very limited in what they can bring in income wise. It's still important to understand that they are there not to be, available to
yeah,
men. I mean, they're trying to earn a living. They're trying to feed their families. They're trying to, have a life. They're trying to live a life.
yeah,
It is no different than men. And there's a lot of convoluted everything on in the internet right now. The social media weirdness needs to be just taken out of that whole conversation, because yes, everybody has an opinion and has a voice on it, but if it does not contribute to it, you're just creating more noise and generating a lot of misunderstanding about this too. We see this happening with like the whole alpha male.
yes.
I
I,
cannot stand that.
I can't
It's
stand
so
that. I can't.
toxic for men.
It's so toxic, and it's bad for like our future sons and grandsons and great grandsons. Like you cannot. It it's it's So I have a friend who's an amazing published author, and she was saying how like there's something broken in society if like
Oh yeah.
as men they can't feel comfortable in their own masculinity to be
Yes.
allies for each other and for women. Like, and it's like sometimes it's like it's I don't want to give there's so many misogynists, and also like I also want to say that there's some women too in
Yeah.
that I'm not comfortable with, because I feel like, hey, look, we're here to uplift and empower each other. We're not here to like I mean, I love my cat, but we didn't like in a cat fight with each other, right? And
Yeah.
it's not competition. Like I that whole like I mean I only wear my tiara and I give my friends tiaras because I'm like, hey, let's adjust each other's crowns. I'm a pudgy princess, like it literally says, so I'm gonna wear my crown and be happy about it, help you adjust yours, right? Because
Right.
it's just a whole like tear down and this winner takes all mentality, this alpha, like it's not even real alpha at that point. If it's like, oh, let's like cut little pieces out and then there's like nothing for anyone. And that's why one of the things that like has disturbed me a lot about Web3 is how many people can actually just be in there to rug pull. That's why I'm not like whether it's a fast rug pull or it's a slow rug pull, that's it's not cool. And we are actually just deluding ourselves if we think like, oh, like that's okay. Let's excuse abnormal behavior as normal. This is not it's not normal if people are, and men and women can be the B word, right? And
Right.
it's not just and if someone is a jerk, I don't know if that's going to be bleeped out on abstract, but if someone is a jerk, same thing. So I'm gonna leave with some positive tropes because I know like you probably have your time of day, and I realize we just passed the hour mark. This is huge, and I
I
can't
just
like
noticed that too.
I'm
I'm
so
so
happy.
happy for you. I'm so excited, genuinely. Your energy has been the best start to my day. I know you're ending your day. I'm just starting my day. We've definitely spent more time than we both,
Anticipate it.
planned on. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's going back to the when you asked me about the how do I generate, happiness and all of the chaos and the different directions you get pulled, and it's being open to receive in a lot of cases, being open to what can happen, and that can be difficult to do if you're always guarded.
Yeah.
You can have boundaries, but you don't always need to guard yourself against the interactions that happen. You do need to understand yourself and what weak points you have and what line you won't cross. And sometimes that means that you just may not get along well with this other person, and that doesn't have anything to do with either one of you as people. It just means that you just will not pursue any depth of relationship. And I find that most of the time people have a hard time accepting that. Not everybody has to like you. Not you don't have to like everybody. And that is literally okay.
Absolutely. I think what you just talked about just now, which is I think absolutely imperative that is that we give ourselves that grace, that forgiveness that we give that we would give each other, right? And
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I think it's so important is to understand we're not all little islands. uh,
Yeah.
when you reached out to me and said like, uh, hey girl, you need some help there? And I was like, yeah, I really do. And I was at like a low point. I had just lost a loved one.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, I don't know when this is gonna happen. And then I remember like, actually this is a throwing back to my moment with like Luca when I saw him. It was my first trip back to New York in such a long time, and he said, come on over here, you're one of our first like advisors, ambassadors, investors. Here we go. And then they gave me that like green. I still have the green Pudgy Team hoodie, and he was like, "Hey, take a picture of
Yeah.
you." And I said, "I'm having a lot of anxiety, so I'm gonna take a picture of you, and I'm gonna leave." It was like, "You don't have to leave. It's okay." It's like, and I was like, "Wait." I was like, "You're following me on X?" He's like, "Why are you not following me back?" I was like, "Oh my." Luca, who was like, yeah, and he was like, because he said, and then
The unexpected.
unexpected, expect unexpected.
Yeah.
He did a really awesome tie up with my friend, and I'm gonna introduce her to you because she took a picture with him. She was one of the. She is really tall. So Luca's, I think, 6'5". She's about 6 foot, and she was wearing heels, and she was still like that. And then I have another friend who took a really funny picture, and then she was like, she's barely clear the 5 feet. So she was like, look at my picture, and I was like, hey, that is actually super cute. And then she was, yeah, this is my picture with him. And when I was like, wait a second, we keep like, I was like, this is. It's actually a really funny picture. I was like, I was every time, but like she was like, "Whoa!" I'm like, and I was like, "He's like a foot and a half taller than you." She's like really petite, and so she was like, "Oh my gosh!" And so one of the things I want to say is like he said like there's my favorite word, four-letter word. Um, well, I go by JENN. One of my first favorite four-letter words, my name, right, is the word glam because I feel like
Mhm.
you can find the beauty in like everyday life, the little whatever
Yes.
sparkle like that. You just literally you made my day. I'm about to like time of the month like I'm having like cramps and everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's like gonna be like an amazing antidote to this heck of a week I've been having. This like I was actually looking forward. I know we scheduled our meetup way in advance. I was really looking forward to spending IRL in person time with you. And that was like the highlight. And then I was just like looking for it. It was like a little beacon in my calendar. And then finally when we met, it was like better than I thought. I was like, oh my gosh, like all the time just spent and like meowing at me. I'm like, oh, better introduce you. And then, oh, those of you who are still looking at pictures of the cat, I'm gonna just the other one is the one I won playing poker because someone did DM me about it on Twitter. Is this one? Um, so this is a princess
That's a gorgeous face.
cat.
Look at that little face.
I know, right? I was like, so I mean, I try to look at all my NFTs and my pets. So I think she and I are like, that was her first like little selfie with me. Um,
Aw.
right. And the reason why I also love the idea of the pudgies so much is that it's and the igloo and how we're on this huddle is I want to leave this world better than
Yeah.
how I came into it. And I know you are that way. I mean, you're literally the enabler. I'm gonna call you the enabler.
I love that. I
Yeah.
should use that. I really should. I'll do that from now on
I'm gonna do my
because it
sign off with
fits.
you too. But I wanna you shared a really awesome quote earlier and then I took a picture of it and everything. What do you want to leave our oh my gosh, now people are coming in. Okay.
Stop.
What is if you could go back in time and give I mean, you're still a adult. We're still like children at heart, right? If you could give your younger self advice, if you could time travel back, what would you say to uh, young mini AC?
It has changed a few different times, and I think that is something that I need to keep in mind, like going forward, because I'm gaining. Sorry, there's like a little fruit fly. I'm gaining experience as I go on. As I experience more, I gain more, and that's what I would tell my younger self: is never to accept someone else's experience and live through their expectations. Um, I was always very headstrong, I very determined about what I knew, but I was also very restricted. So I grew up very religiously. Um, and accepting what someone else expected for my life, it it changed the entire trajectory, right? I did not really, this was not really me. I mean, I'm so far removed from that belief system right now that it's not a regret that I have, because this has been my life, right? But I would have saved my younger self um, a lot of restructuring and regrowing, um, because of the changes that have needed to be made, because I've accepted someone else's idea of me before I understood who I was.
Wow, that is so powerful. Yeah, I mean that was like I know we're not holding mics. This is my that's a mic drop. That's a like a my moment, and I have my streaming equipment outside, so next time you'll see me with a mic, not like in my cluttered closet amongst all my stuffies. But I love how you spoke, like you're like nurturing that light in you, and then reigniting it into like all of us. That spark. That's why I said I love sparkles. I love them because it's when
Me
you
too.
see and when the first thing I saw when I saw you for the first time was when I know we can't really make eye contact, but when I saw your eyes,
Yeah.
eyes are windows to your soul, right? You can't have like dead eyes, right? And uh, and I grew up very cloistered and religious as well. Like my mom was raised Catholic. Um, Parents are Christian now, but also my grandma has a Buddhist temple. And I think one of the things that you just really reflected is like how we have to create our own belief system and our own spirituality. It's not just because we're going through the tropes, right? And I really, everything you just said just now, those like pearls of wisdom. It's just, and it was so like I am gonna have to, if you're okay with it in the future, I'm gonna have to AMA with you and deep dive because I mean the fact that you were also, I want to thank you for your bravery and in sharing so poignantly and so vulnerably on my first inaugural stream here, abstract stream, and I just and it's just like very powerful when you like I want to like go back and give you know mini AC a hug. I'm sure we would have been friends if, and then without further ado, because I also don't want to keep you. And we have passed we actually passed magic number 3. There's like 32 concurrent viewers here. Parting is such sweet sorrow, but I know this won't be our last stream together. I was a guest constantly. um, I'm gonna do a quick thank you with Moonstar here for your time. Hey JennMoonStar, we just finished and wrapped our first Abstract Angels live stream with AC. Can you give me a big thank you to AC and tell everyone to follow her all of her socials everywhere?
Yay, congrats on wrapping up the stream. Big shout out to AC for all the support. Everyone, make sure to follow her on every platform.
Oh my gosh. I want to thank you so much. I'm gonna take this last picture with JennMoonStar with us. I'm gonna have like a cute reshoot out. 1, 2, 3. That's one thing I'm not like. I realize later we can go back and like freeze frame and do all the like cool things, but like it's so amazing to be able to improv with you live. And I'm gonna show you how I end my live stream. Oh, it's 143 in Asia, which means so you're definitely one of my chosen circle now.
I appreciate that.
And I'm gonna do the my signature countdown and then end the stream. And I hope I did it right. I'm gonna end it right at the 118 mark. Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna count down together with you. 10, 9,
9, 8. Oh, excuse me. Okay,
yeah,
go.
yeah. You take the 6. That's fine. 6,
6,
5,
4, 2.
1, and we have liftoff. May we see you back in this teleportation chamber next time. And all you guys watching, I'm wishing you good morning, a good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you guys are in, and wishing you an amazing, smooth transition into your next IRL or virtual encounter, wherever it is. I'm gonna end the stream now.
I don't know. I know you can do one like this.
So perfectly.
I did this one.
I like this one. Oh my, wow, the heart emojis keep coming out for me. Oh my gosh. All right. Thank you so much, AC. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
Thank you and have a good evening.